welcome to Raising Vibrations with myself, Simon. Today, everyone, I'm just going to quickly give you an astrological update for the week of October the 5th, and just basically giving you some of my thoughts regarding what the current astrological map looks like today, okay? So I'm going to jump into that for us right now. Okay, so what we're looking at here is the astrological chart of the day. And what's really significant for me that jumps out straight away is a lot of these cardinal squares that are taking place at the moment. So you've got the sun that's currently squaring Pluto. The sun's at 12 degrees Libra, squaring Pluto at 13 degrees Capricorn. And then you've got Uranus retrograde at 18 degrees Aries, which is then squaring the moon that's situated at 15 degrees Cancer. The moon will essentially then square the sun at the same time. So that's a big deal, because when we're dealing with the cardinal cross, which is the cardinal signs of Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn, we're dealing with instinctual change, okay? Aries reflects a new direction. Cancer reflects the nature of the ego that's forming based on that new direction. Libra then correlates to how we interface and interact with these new values, these new identity structures that are occurring or forming. And Capricorn then eventually crystallizes it into a sense of, okay, this is the direction, this is the way we're going to define ourselves. So because it's the moon, I feel like in some way, shape or form, as much as this could be a very pronounced cardinal square because the sun's involved, I don't know if it can be felt very consciously. I'd be really interested to hear if anybody is actually experiencing a dramatic shift within their own definitions within themselves, in contrast to what has actually been going on for the last 2.5 years. It could probably be very, very subtle because we had quite a big change take place for us recently in the last 2.5 years. So I'm curious to hear if you have had any sort of shifts in identity structures in that way. For me personally, I would say that yes, to a certain degree, if I really pay attention to it, I found a new direction regarding the way that I communicate my weekly forecasts. And in fact, I actually want to offer this every 3 or 4 days. So maybe there is a new direction that's emerging for me where I start identifying myself as somebody that actually puts in these charts of the day on a more frequent basis for you to listen to. Let me know if you actually feel like that's something that you enjoy, because then I'll do that for everybody. So I suppose in one way that can be a representation of that new shift or in direction that's occurring. The fact that the sun's in Libra in itself at 12 degrees squaring Pluto at 13 degrees, the relationship between Capricorn and Libra is the one of expectation, okay? I'm sure that any one of you that have got strong Capricorn on your birth chart will feel a very strong compulsive requirement to be responsible. And in some way, shape or form, that responsibility and that determination actually comes from a very deep feeling of wanting to take control and guide and in some way, shape or form, be the father role. And there is a necessity here to take on responsibility of others, and it's that square between Libra and Capricorn that creates that. It's the expectation from others that leads to a feeling of wanting to guide others, and in that way. However, the square can also play out in a shadowy aspect, in the sense that we can have the expectations of others, and then that stops us from feeling like we can follow our own personal journey because we're having to, deal with our responsibilities, okay? Or not our responsibilities, but others' responsibilities. That's a responsibility I have to that person, and I can't let them down, or I can't do this. And inwardly inside of yourself, you might feel emotionally wanting to do whatever it is that you want to do. Like you shut down that inner child, and then that's where that sense of futility might come about, or that feeling of not actually doing something that you love because the responsibility that's been put onto you is now very present and you have to facilitate other people's needs. So that's what that square can also signify. So it'd be interesting to hear also if you do experience those in your lives or have experienced it today. And you might actually experience that for the next couple of days as well, where it's like You've got your direction, you've got your set of things that you want to do, and yet simultaneously there's those attachments that you have to others, or your contracts that you've made to other people, that keep you controlled, keep you in a place, or limited in comparison to what you would want to do. I also feel like there's a positive side to this, which I was really alluding to earlier in the conversation, regarding these new contracts that we're making with people, these new relationships that are forming, and establishing them in a way that is really liberated. And so you're not actually in a relationship with somebody that might be codependent with you. You might not be in a relationship with somebody that's, not working for the best interest. It's not balanced. So now you've found somebody that's equal. You've found your twin flame or your soulmate, etc. And you're forming a new relationship there, based on maybe your awakened state, or whatever it is that is present for your life right now. There is definitely this new direction regarding relations that is emerging. And I suspect in some way, people that have not resolved some of their own internal stuff could actually be in those relationships where there's deep expectations that are coming to the surface, and yet it's also feeling as if you're trapped. It's also the need of control, by the way. Capricorn feels the need to control because the relationship's identity is linked with the security. So we project into a relationship our security needs, and when they're not fulfilled by the other person, we need to control it in order for us to make us feel secure, and that can come out as projection of anger. You're not doing that for me. Whereas unconsciously, you're really saying you haven't really facilitated the thing I expect you to do, and so therefore now you're not obeying that law, or outside that realm of duty to the relationship, and so therefore you need to be told off. It's quite a deep thing, and I suppose I could explore it a little bit more at a later stage, but because this is a very short introduction, I just wanted to kind of, or not introduction, but update. I just wanted to kind of amplify that there, because it seems to be the first thing that popped out for me. The square between Pluto and Aries, of course, or Uranus, is still present with us, but it's not as active as it has been in the past 2.5 years. So really, we know a lot about that story of that new direction, and that emerging consciousness, and reestablishing new ways of defining ourselves, and so on and so forth. Saturn's moving into Sag. It's at 1 degree at this stage. I highly recommend watching the Saturn Sagittarius video. There should be a link that will come up right now for that, or at the end of the video. Check that out if you haven't watched it. That will give a lot of insight into what this transit will be for you. The Saturn in Sagittarius is making the square to Venus in Leo, which is interesting. It's in a crisis in, let's have a look, slowest moving planet. It's a crisis in consciousness square. So I feel like when I tap into this energy right now, this will be emerging where actually, it's completely clear, actually. There is a necessity for liberation. So I see the archetype of liberation occurring here with Uranus and Leo, the Sun. So Sun relationships, Aquarius, new direction, in Aries. They're opposing each other, so there could be some tension regarding which direction each one of you might be going in the relationship, and you might actually projecting into that relationship the expectations from the other. I expect you to do this, or you should be doing that. So it almost feels like this whole entire angle between Pluto, Uranus, and the Sun, causing that T-square, is directly reflected through the necessity of breaking down the belief systems, Sagittarius, around how we validate ourselves and others in relationships. So I'm valuing my heart, you valuing your heart, we're in a relationship. Do we surrender each other's hearts to follow each other's desires, or what they want to do today? Or do we say, okay, this is what I'm feeling going in that direction. You feel like you need to go in this direction. Let's split up and explore that type of stuff, and then come back together and share each other's communication, right? Mercury and the North Node in Libra as well. And let's expand our sense of knowledge about what we explored. Or let's stop one of each other from actually feeling that heart destiny that they might feel today. And then at the end of the day, speak to the other person saying, well, I'm moody today because I didn't really get to fulfill that dream that I wanted to do. I never got to write that thing, or I never went to go buy that book, or I didn't go to get that coffee I was going to go and get because I was really excited about it, and it's all your fault. So this is probably one of those processes today, so watch out for that. I'm interested to hear what your thoughts are regarding that process, and what else, or how you've maybe experienced that, or if you've seen that. This should be active for at least a couple of days, so it's going to be interesting. If it hasn't happened to you yet, or if you have felt that energy, please write in the comments below. But yeah, I think that that's a really important thing to notice about this chart today. What I'll do is I will check out the charts for the next couple of days. And if I feel that this is something that's really exciting and you guys have felt that this was something you want, I will absolutely continue to do it. And therefore I have the reason to follow my heart and experience doing this work and having the expectation of people waiting for it. Anyway, all right, guys, have a great day, and I'll speak to you again. Bye-bye.
Simon from Raising Vibrations Astrology, and today I'm just going to quickly share with you some information on a membership program that I'm currently holding on my website, and what it is that I offer. So what I would like to do is just show you precisely what I'm actually offering and why it is that I'm encouraging everybody to participate in this experience. And the first thing that we're going to do quickly is go to the website raisingvibrationsastrology.com, and you'll come to the main page, which looks something similar to that. If you've just watched the YouTube video, that will be present in the link. The link will be in the description below. Okay, so you go to memberships over here, and you click on that, and what you have is 3 options. Okay, I have 3 options here available. I've got a 1-year subscription, a 3-month subscription, and a 6-month subscription. And the reason why I'm doing this is because it's like a gym membership for your spiritual growth, basically. And every single month, I use the new and full moons as opportunities for us to come to a point in space within our lives and hold space within ourselves regarding soul growth, soul growth, basically personal empowerment. Okay, and so this is what the main idea about the membership is. So the same thing that you do when you go to the gym, you go there to train, to work out, to strengthen your body, and so on and so forth. Well, this is something that's more of a spiritual gym. Okay, so what I would like to show you is the options. The 1-year membership is a $285 experience, okay, which gives you about $626 over the whole entire year in terms of what you get from it, plus the discounts. So you get a 15% discount on all readings, all webinars and workshops that I hold. And every single month you get a full and new moon video, which is about 45 minutes long. Okay, these updates every 2 weeks. And they really go in depth. And there are 2 on my site already, as I've just recently started this. So you can actually go ahead and have a look at what those entail once you've got the membership. And I'll give you a quick sneak preview of what it looks like. You also get access to 3 current MP3s that I have on my site at the moment. That is the Saturn Return, Saturn and Sagittarius, and a Personal Empowerment MP3. And you also get the Pluto, your Pluto house sign. Okay, it's a 45-minute MP3 that's specific to you. And in that video, I talk specifically to how to access your soul's journey and what it's about and why it's there, etc. And then on your birthday, you get a live solar return reading. Okay, so that's what the 1-year membership is. It's a fantastic package in the sense of what I give in terms of what you give back to me in return. And so that's what that is. The 3-month membership is something where it's $55, and you basically get the new and full moon reports every 2 weeks, and you get access to the 3 MP3s. Okay, the 6-month is $95. And again, the same thing, discounts on all readings, webinars, workshops, and of course you get the full and new moon updates, right? Access to the 3 MP3s, and of course your Pluto house and sign. Okay, now once you've actually signed up and made your payments and subscribed to the membership, you'll have access to these 3 tabs: MP3s, full moon and new moons, workshops, and your solar return. When you click on the solar return, it will take you to a place where you go and book that in on your birthday, of course. And then whenever the new and full moons are ready, which will come out alongside the articles, because that's what the articles are for, The articles, as I can see over here, let me just show you. Astrological updates, new and full moon reports, and yeah, they are. Okay, and so what the updates do is they take all the information that I've written and I distill it. I put it into something that is really workable for you. Okay, so I take it one step further. So that's what you'll do. You'll go to that, you'll read the article, and then you'll watch the new and full moon update, and it will give you this grounded perspective. Okay, and you can click on that over there. Now, of course, this is restricted access. Maybe I can log in. No, I haven't lost my password, so I'll just log in. Let's see. There we go. And so there's the new and full moon that's available to you at this point in time. And the next one will be coming up soon. Fantastic. Well, I really hope that that inspired you in some way, shape, or form to feel like this is a commitment you can make. I will honor it, of course, all the time when it comes down to the new and full moon reports and your MP3s and solar readings. So if this is something you're interested in, go ahead, click sign up, and it would be lovely to actually have you participating in this experience. Until then, take care.